This is my wife Ann, and my name is Earl Howard, and we've been at this parish for 39 years. I had three topics I wanted to talk to you about. Number one is supposed to be kind of a funny story, but I have taught catechism for a number of years here on the 5th grade basis, and we used to teach catechism on Saturday mornings, and then also they changed it later on to Wednesday nights. But every year I would take the 5th grade class over here, and we would go through the church, going over the pictures, the statues, the symbols, and how the church uses them. I would show them the altar stone, which each altar in this church has a stone, which is a stone with relics embedded in them. And the problem was that the kids would go home and get all kinds of stories with their parents, and Father Adrian came over one Sunday and grabbed me and he says, "What's this I hear about you talking that we have caskets in church and all?" So I thought that was kind of funny. We've done a lot of work with servers, and my idea was to get more of a family serving, you know, the mother, father, the kids, etc., instead of having it just as a child ministry. But it's kind of interesting with the children's ministry too, because they have funny ideas sometimes. The sanctuary is the stage, you know, and there's certain things that they fight for, certain jobs that they like. Censer is really a cool deal, you know, and the more you can make it smoke and make the people cough, the better it is, you know. So those are always kind of funny things. Well, some of my fondest memories in these 39 years of here are mainly the country breakfasts we used to have when Art Harlan, he used to put those on. You know, he had the potatoes, the sausage, the eggs, the hot rolls. Oh, that was good stuff. And the second thing was the bake deal that we have every year, where you have, you know, we have some specialty cooks in this parish. Some of them are cooks for us, but they're not even in our parish. Like the carrot cake, lemon meringue pie, homemade peanut brittle, things like that. Those are the things that I can think of. The main thing with the altar servers was mostly a sanctuary person and the altar servers. And we would train the altar servers in, and it took me about 45 minutes to train a couple of brothers and sisters together. And that's what we tried to do, is keep it in the family. And then when we had Holy Week, that gets a little hairy, and so we had to do a lot of training on that. But it does work out. Now there's certain things that you have to, some of the servers only would do certain things too. I mean, they didn't feel comfortable in doing, let's say, the incense deal there, and they didn't want to touch it, which is fine, you know, you want to, but it's a good training basis for the kids. And then Father gets to know them also, particularly like when school comes out and I would tell them, oh, so-and-so is going to be going away to college next year and things like that. So he knows that, because otherwise he didn't know that. It was a meeting for people to serve, and they were, you know, looking at older people. So it was, you know, like me and Mr. Daltrey and stuff like that came, and then he told us what he wanted, you know, and but it's at least been 15 years. You know.
At least 10 or 12 years working with Lucy doing the bake sale, which was a lot of fun, you know. You get to see what people make and how good they are at that. Usually they bring their specialties, and that. So I think that's what we got known for, because a lot of people come and they don't just buy one thing, they buy, a lot of things and they take them home and freeze them. I know there was one woman and her 2 daughters came and they bought a lot of stuff because they, would take it home and the girls would be going off to school or something. Usually the Oktoberfest and then the Christmas boutique and then also the Spring Fling. So we got, 3 different areas. Last year, I think the Oktoberfest raised around $1,700, but most of the time we would make it like between around 1,200. You sort of look in the store and then you kind of figure out. And then Mary, Lucy's daughter, was very good at, saying what the prices would be and that. We just kind of use our own imagination and how much when you do your baking yourself, the stuff, what it kind of costs. And so we kind of kept it at a price that people can afford and that at least you sell the stuff and it goes. Whereas if you price it too high, people won't buy it, but then you're left with it. Most of the stuff goes the first day.
If it's any good, it's already gone.
Yeah. When we first came here, then when it started, having the dinners once a month over for the poor people, we were involved with that, but we always did the washing of the pans and stuff because
Loaves and fishes, we were involved in that, but I couldn't stand working in the line. I couldn't stand the women coming in with small kids. It broke me up. It's hard emotionally on you to do that. I found it very difficult.
Then when they had the bingos too,
yeah,
we used to work bingos.
They made pretty good money, I think, off of it. And
the people to work with were very nice to work for. And that, so.
They call this the Gem South Minneapolis, because it is. It's a very beautiful church, and we'll never get another one like it because we'll never be able to afford one, And
in fact, we came in here this morning, we were just admiring this room, how beautiful it is.